Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Medea J, and today's video is going to be a look into my eyeshadow palette collection. So I wanted to pull out some palettes that remind me of Valentine's Day. They have the classic pinks, reds, romantic types of colors, a bit of purple, you know, those color stories that just make you think instantly Valentine's Day. So I've got about 10 to 11 eyeshadow palettes to show you guys. This is by no means all the eyeshadow palettes that have that theme in my collection, but these are the ones that immediately come to mind and so was easy for me to pull out. So if you're interested in 10 to 11 eyeshadow palettes that scream Valentine's Day, then obviously keep on watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that you know when next I release a video. And let's jump right in. Now before we carry on, I know that Valentine's Day is not just about the pinks, it's not just about the reds. You can pretty much wear whatever it is that you like to celebrate Valentine's Day. And I know Valentine's Day shouldn't just be a day, it's a whole attitude, it's a whole season, we know. But the classic colors that come to mind for Valentine's Day are usually the pinks, the reds and the purples, and so I wanted to celebrate those colors by going into my collection and bringing out eyeshadow palettes that have that theme. Right, I have no particular order of doing this, I just literally pulled. This is not going to be in any particular order. I've pulled palettes that are drugstore, aka affordable. I've pulled indie brands, I've pulled high-end palettes, so we're just going to go just one after the other. The first one that I've got is the Revolution Pro Crystal Eye Quad, and this is the pink topaz one. So Revolution Pro has a full range of these eyeshadow palettes. Like you've got the green, you've got the black, you've got the blue. So I absolutely love this one because it's just so pretty. It looks really expensive. The packaging is so romantic, it's so gorgeous, and when you open it up you've got these beautiful pinky rose gold tones that just scream romantic, in love, very pretty, first date types of look. I absolutely love the pigmentation of these shadows and they perform like a dream. So I'm just gonna do very quickly do some swatches of these. I'm not gonna do swatches throughout this video or else we'll be here forever, but this palette is so pretty and definitely screams value. Right, so the next palette that I've got is the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsession. So this is what this one looks like, and this is the color story of this particular palette. Now you get more of like a grungier type of look with this palette if you use shades like that one. But for the most part, I really love the red tones. I really love the orange, the peachy color in there. I think you can create some really nice romantic looks, and you can create some really sultry, sexy looks, you know, for that late night dinner with your significant other. So I think, yeah, this is definitely a gorgeous palette, and when I look at it, I just automatically think Valentine's Day or autumn, just very warm and very sensual type of colors. I do want to say that I do have a tutorial using this palette. It is fairly old, but it's a tutorial, so if you're interested I will link it up in the cards as well. The next palette is this one. This is the Wine and Only palette from ColourPop. I recently did a testing out video using this palette, so I'll link it in the cards as well. But the color story of this palette just screams like a romantic dinner. Very sultry, sexy red tones. You've got that gorgeous tone that's got like glitter flecks in it with that to give it that little sparkle in your eye when Bae looks in your direction. I know, I'm just having fun, but you know what I mean. It just gives you that extra sexiness, that extra sparkle, and you've got these gorgeous darker shades to kind of like give you that nice smoky look. I do love the tones in this palette. I think it is a really nice color story, a little bit of fallout, but it is a beautiful palette nonetheless. The next one I've got is also from Revolution Pro, and this is the Revolution Pro New Neutral Palette in Passion Palette. Revolution Pro has a range of shades, color stories for this particular design of palette, and this is the one that screams more Valentine's Day for me. Now you've got more of the purple tones in here, you've got some of the neutral colors, some of the rose gold tones in here, so you can actually really play with your makeup, play with the look that you're going for. You don't have to stick to the reds and the pinks with this palette. You can actually make use of the golds, of the purple, of the darker red tones to really create something very, very pretty, very girly, and just perfect for date night, or perfect for just lunch with your significant other, or just yourself. If you just want to look pretty for Valentine's Day, then this will absolutely get you there. Now the next one that I've got, I haven't actually used it, so I haven't tested the consistency of this palette, so I can't really tell you what it performs like, so I'm just going by the color story. This is the Rude Cosmetics The Roaring 20s Carefree palette. Now this particular palette practically knocked out majority of my Huda Beauty palettes. If not, I'd have had loads of the Huda Beauty palettes in this video, but this particular palette has a lot of the Huda Beauty tones, and so when I look at it, I feel like I've got the better combination of the Huda Beauty shades, and I don't need to have all of those palettes in this video. You've really got the rose gold nude, but like the grown type of nude shades in this palette. You've got the red shade right in the middle called Vamp to give you that extra sexiness, and then you've got some neutral tones that just look like they'd create a really sophisticated sexy nude type of look on you. I don't know, there's just something really sexy about this palette that just screams effortless, glam, gorgeous, look into my eyes, you know, that type of vibe. And that's basically what I get from this palette, so it definitely had to make an appearance in this video. This next one as well, I haven't used it, but I've watched a lot of reviews for people that have actually used this palette, and this is a Natasha Denona Love palette. I mean, it's called a Love palette, and this is the color story of the palette. It is stunning. This is one of those palettes that you've got the combination of colors to suit different types of date night. So if you're looking for the really romantic, I want to get you, you know, your mind type of look, then you get towards the pinky rose gold side. And then if you're going for the dangerous, I am so sexy, you can't touch this, then you could go for like the purple, more cool tone side. I just really love the balance of this palette. It gets me so excited, and I'm actually I'm actually thinking this might be what I'd wear on Valentine's Day, just because the tones in this palette is just absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. So yeah, definitely had to make an appearance. I mean, the name's called Love Palette, so we are celebrating love with Valentine's Day, so absolutely had to make an appearance. And the next one that I've got is the Lois Cosmetics Rose Metal palette. I have used this a couple of times. I've used it in the Shop by Stash, so I do know what I think about this palette. Sorry, it looks a bit grungy at the moment. This is a typical rose gold palette that still has those neutral shades for easy wearable day looks, and I absolutely love it because of the rose gold tones. I think they give like that extra shine on the eye, and they are just very romantic colors. There's just something about pink and rose gold mixed together that just gives that extra layer of sexiness when you're going for something very romantic. And for me, I see red wine shades as danger, you know, very sultry, very sexy, but rose gold is kind of like innocent, very sweet, you know, just like girl next door types of look. And that's kind of like what I get in this palette. You've got a range of both looks, and then you've got that all essential black to really amp up the look if you really need it. The quality of this palette as well is very, very good. This is an indie brand. I believe they're based in the UK, and the eyeshadow quality is really good. If you haven't checked them out, definitely do. I do 100% recommend this palette. I think the pigmentation is there, the color story is there, and it's perfect for Valentine's Day. I think we're at number 8 now. So this is the 8th one, and this is the Juvia's Place Mauves palette. Now this is another palette that I haven't actually used yet. I recently hauled this and I've just not had the chance to use it. But similar to the Natasha Denona Love palette, this one screams cute. It screams date night, it screams first date, it screams girly, innocent type of color story that I'm so here for. You can sprinkle in a little bit of danger by giving yourself a smoky look with this color and then putting this on your lid, and it's just such a beautiful look already. So I'm so here for this color story. I think it's the kind of pink that I personally like to wear. As I always say in videos, I am not a huge pink fan, but there are some shades of pink that I'll be like, yeah, give it to me, I could wear that. And this is one of them, and this is the reason why I picked up this palette. I think the tones of pink are just up my alley. Not too pink, not too bright, and have more of a mauve effect. So if you're like me and you're not really into pinks, then check out this palette if you still want to wear colors that complement the season. So season of love. So the next palette that I've got is the Morphe 9J Just a Crush palette. I really hate the 9-pan palettes from Morphe because they don't open further than this. But this is that type of pink color story that I personally would wear, with the exception of that middle shade. I think the shades around it are nice and dark. You've still got this roll of neutral shades to give you that really nice neutral look, but it still has a little bit of a pinky undertone, especially in this color. So this is the type of palette I would like, but again, it screams Valentine's Day because it's got those rose gold colors, it's got pinks, very romantic, and then you can still smoke it out. So these palettes are so inexpensive at the moment, so if you're interested in this color story or you want something more compact rather than the bigger palettes, then definitely check this one out from Morphe. Obviously number 10 had to make an appearance. I recently did a video showcasing this palette and it screams Valentine's Day, and this is the Beauty Bay New Romantic 20 color eyeshadow palette. I will link the video up in the card in case if you haven't seen it. But this palette is definitely Valentine's Day all over it. Even the names scream Valentine's Day. You've got shades like Valentine in it, you've got muffin, you've got raspberry, you've got smoothie, flamingo. The colors in here are just, yeah, romantic, sultry, sexy. But then you've got this like dangerous roll right here that I fully appreciate. I think this is a really well balanced eyeshadow palette, and if you're someone that doesn't really like pinks, then you've got the option of this bottom shade. You've still got this shade as well, and you could practically ignore the first two shades. The red shade is pigmented, so definitely check out this palette if you're interested. I think this might be a limited edition palette, so if this is a color story that speaks to you, do not waste time, pick it up before it gets discontinued, like the Book of Magic one from Beauty Bay. Definitely pick it up if this is a color story that speaks to you. But yeah, this is definitely an easy Valentine's Day palette if you are looking for one. I do have one bonus palette to make it 11. She's a biggie, hence why I'm leaving her to the last one. And she's the one that I'm actually wearing on my eyes today. And it is the P. Louise Love Tapes eyeshadow palette. Now this is the original Love Tapes palette. I know P. Louise has just released like some mini ones. that are like a continuation of this Love Tapes series, but this is the OG Love Tapes palette that I absolutely love. I've had this palette for about a year and I've just only tried it out the first time today. The packaging is so bulky, doesn't really make it easy to use as a day-to-day palette, but for special occasions, girl, you've got every single tone of pink in here. You've got some oranges, you've got some reds, you've got like a good combination of shades in this palette. So if you're interested, definitely check this one out. Even the imprints in the palette have little hearts and have PL in it, so you can really get yourself into the mood of Valentine by opening up this palette on your vanity, doing a cute little look, you know, looking fierce and fine, and popping those gorgeous highlighter shades on, which is what I did today basically. So yeah. Alright guys, that is it. So that's 11 eyeshadow palettes that scream Valentine's Day to me. I'd like to know what eyeshadow palettes you guys have in your collection that instantly remind you of Valentine's Day when you look at it. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you've got any of these eyeshadow palettes in your collection. Have you used them recently? Are you in love with them? Do you think it's really not for me? Definitely let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have this tutorial up and I will link it in the cards and also in the description box, so definitely look out for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, God doesn't like ugly. Be nice to someone today. Black lives will always matter, and I'll catch you guys in a future video. Bye and have a good Valentine's Day.